Assemblymember Tina McKinnor, and I represent the 61st Assembly District in LA County. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Thank you for taking the time to join us in this important discussion about AB 311. I also want to thank the safe driving advocates, families, and community leaders standing with us today. Your commitment to making California's roads safer is deeply appreciated. At its core, AB 311 is about saving lives. The bill gives California drivers the option to participate in a modern, data-driven approach to determining their automobile insurance rates. It is completely voluntary, and it rewards safe driving behaviors rather than relying primarily on traditional rating factors. These technologies are not new. It has already been used successfully in 49 other states and in countries around the world. California is a lone exception. For those who may not be familiar with these technologies, it is the use of technology to monitor and securely transmit driving information such as speed, braking, acceleration, mileage, and other driving behaviors. This information can provide a more accurate picture of how someone actually drives, rather than making assumptions based on factors that don't necessarily reflect individual driving habits. California automobile insurance system has remained largely unchanged since the passage of Proposition 103 nearly 40 years ago. And that's also when cars kind of went a little slower, because the cars really go fast now. While Proposition 103 accomplishes important goals, it has not eliminated traffic collisions, prevented serious injuries, or stopped the tragic loss of life on our roads. Everyday families tell their loved ones, drive safely, or be careful on the road. We say these words because we know the risks are real. For me, this issue is deeply personal. I authored AB 311 because I have lost 3 close friends in separate traffic collisions: John Vigna, Peggy Moore, and Hope Wood. Those losses will forever change the lives of their families, friends, and communities, and I have to say it has forever changed me. While no single law can ensure that pain, we have a responsibility to embrace every tool available to encourage safe driver and reduce preventable tragedies. AB 311 creates incentives for safer drivers. When people know that safe habits, such as avoiding excessive speeding, hard braking, distracted driving, and aggressive acceleration can be recognized, they have another reason to make safer choices behind the wheel. Safer drivers mean fewer crashes. Fewer crashes mean fewer injuries. Fewer injuries mean fewer receiving the devastating phone call that changes their lives forever. And over time, safer roads can also help reduce insurance costs for responsible drivers. This is not about government mandates. It is about our families' choices, fairness, innovation, and public safety. California has long been a leader in technology and innovation. There is no reason we should be the last state to give drivers the option to benefit from technology that has already demonstrated its value across the country. I look forward to working with my colleagues, these families behind me, insurers, and traffic safety experts to move AB 311 forward. Together, we can build a transportation system that rewards safe driving, improves accountability, and most importantly, save lives. So thank you, and next, I will have Kelly Montalvo, kind of close, parent who lost a family member due to a hit and run driver.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kelly Montalvo, and this is my husband, Eddie. He's holding a photo of our son, Benjamin, also known as Bean Dip, thanks to his 3 older brothers. But if you want a bigger picture, he's also on a chair over there as he in his cap and gown. We're here representing and honoring our son Benjamin, as well as Streets Are for Everyone Inland Empire. I am speaking in support of AB 311. Safe driver initiatives are very important to us, and for us, it's personal. On June 12, 2020, my just turned 21-year-old son Benjamin was riding his bike with friends to go meet one of his older brothers for dinner. He was struck and killed in the city of Corona by a distracted driver named Naomi Vallado, who left him to die in the street. Vallado had exchanged 24 texts with her boyfriend in the small 6 minutes surrounding the crash. In addition, she was driving impaired, both drunk and drugged. I have learned since, according to NHTSA, texting and driving at the speed of 45 miles per hour, that was Vallado's speed at the time of the crash. A car covers the length of a football field in 5 seconds. This is especially disturbing to our family, as she killed Benjamin almost directly in front of his high school football field, where he and his brothers had spent so many hours of practice and play. To think that he died in a place that he so loved and spent so much time is devastating. This statistic is just for 5 seconds of distracted driving. Naomi Vallado had exchanged 24 texts in 6 minutes. That is a lot of football fields. She chose to drive through the city virtually blind and with no regard for anyone else on the road. Benjamin's killer was young, just 27 years old, and yet she already had a record of speeding tickets, prior crashes, and this was her 4th hit and run. Leaving my beautiful boy to die in the street is something I will never forgive her for. She was in traffic school when she killed Benjamin. We spent many sleepless nights wondering if she had been stopped at any point in her horrific record of driving, would my beautiful son be here today? AB 311 will improve road safety by reducing poor driving. My son's killer should have and could have been a safer driver. It may be too late for Benjamin, but it's not too late for the next victim. We all deserve to be safe on our streets, and AB 311 will save lives. Thank you for your time and attention today.
I know I'm messing up everyone's name, and I apologize for that. Damien from Streets Are for Everyone.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Damien Kevitt. I'm the Executive Director of Streets Are for Everyone. We are a nonprofit based in Southern California working on road safety issues across all of California. We are also one of the bill's 2 sponsors, the other being Streets for All, another road safety advocacy organization. So I want to make it clear, I am here, we are here, because this bill is about public safety. It is a bill that will save lives on California roads, and for me, it is personal. It is personal because in February of 2013, I was bicycling in Griffith Park when I was hit and underneath a car, dragged nearly a quarter of a mile from the streets of Griffith Park onto and down the 5 freeway at freeway speeds. My right leg was ripped off, about 20 pounds of flesh in 2 minutes, 20 broken bones. So the subject of road safety is something that I am very passionate about, and it's the reason why I, and Streets Are for Everyone, is the sponsor of this bill. Let me give you a couple of stats. For the past decade, nearly 40,000 people have died and more than 2 million have been injured in California. In California alone, due to traffic violence. 40,000 people have died, 2 million injured in California. For the Centers for Disease Control, those most likely to die due to traffic collisions are youth and young adults ages 14 through 29 in California. While we know speeding is the single largest factor in these collisions, per a report from CMT, 34% of all drivers were distracted in the minute before getting into a crash. So every year, the California Legislature, as many of you know, proposes new bills to increase penalties, to enhance enforcement, to use automated enforcement. Sometimes these new laws make a big difference, sometimes they make little to no difference. All of these penalties and enforcement. Okay, fine, but what about incentivizing safe driving? In a way, paying you to be a good driver. That essentially is what AB 311 is. I'm oversimplifying, but you get the point. Multiple studies have been released about the effectiveness of safe driving incentive programs across the US. A study published by the Journal of American Medical Association found that safe driving incentive programs reduced handheld phone usage by 14 to 21%. This is JAMA, Journal of American Medical Association. This is a reputable outlet, a reputable scientific journal. 14 to 21%. AAA Foundation study found that the use of safe driving incentives reduced speeding by 11 to 13% and reduced heart braking and rapid acceleration by 16 to 25%. AB 311 will help to save lives on our roads in a way that everyone likes, by rewarding them instead of penalizing them for driving safely. It's the reason why Streets Are For Everyone and other advocates across this state have been working with Assemblymember McKinnor and other road safety organizations for the past several years to get to this point. It is that important. Thank you for being here to cover this issue.
Next, we'll have Jennifer Smith, Stop Distractions.
I want to thank Assemblymember McKinnor for her dedication and passion to this issue. She has committed to seeing this through, and she has lived to that. My mother, Linda Doyle, was killed by a driver that was distracted on their cell phone in September of 2008. 13 years later, my daughter, in July of 2021, Imani Lawrence, was hit head-on by a distracted delivery gig driver. The one company that did not use safe driver incentives to protect the others on the road. This was 2 weeks before her California bar exam. I was lucky, she survived. It delayed her life and her goals by a year, but she did survive. Not everyone has that advantage and that luck. Every week I speak with parents planning funerals, children growing up without mothers, spouses having to learn how to rebuild their lives and raise their children without their loved one. Those families are not asking for sympathy. They're asking California to use every proven tool available to prevent the next crash. For families who have lost loved ones in preventable traffic crashes, AB 311 provides us that tool. California has led the nation in innovation. Yet on one of the most promising behavioral safety tools developed in decades, which 49 other states currently use, California doesn't allow it. This isn't an experiment. This is not anything new. Safe driver incentives programs have been operating successfully across the US and around the world for decades. California is the only state where drivers cannot choose to participate in a voluntary insurance program that rewards their safe driving. Millions of Americans already participate voluntarily. The technology is proven, the research is extensive, the safety benefits are measurable, and the science is remarkably strong. So as families, we ask one simple question. If voluntary optional programs can reduce distracted driving, encourage safer habits, save lives, and respect privacy at the same time, why would we be denied that choice? Families don't want another punishment. They want prevention. Current insurance systems largely evaluate drivers based on what already happened, a collision, a suspended license, a citation, a DUI. By the time those events occur, someone may already have been seriously injured or dead. Safe driver incentives change that equation. Instead of waiting for tragedy, drivers receive feedback that helps them recognize those risky behaviors they may not have been aware of. Everyone thinks they're a good driver. For families like mine, that represents a fundamental shift from reacting to crashes to preventing them. And that exactly is where road safety should be headed. Privacy and safety are not competing values, and Californians deserve the same choice everyone has. The key word throughout this discussion is choice. AB 311 does not require anyone to participate. Drivers who don't want telematics simply don't sign up for it. Drivers who choose to participate can receive feedback, coaching, and potentially lower insurance rates based on how they actually drive, not solely based on citations or crashes. And this is exactly how these programs function across the rest of this country. And that's why we're seeing crashes decline everywhere. Families know what's at stake. Every crash prevented means another family spared the grief that so many of us now carry forever. California should lead the nation in preventing crashes, not preventing innovation. It's time to pass AB 311.
Thank you.
Nicely said.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for coming. We're here today asking the legislature and the governor, we're asking the legislature to pass AB 311 to make our streets more safer for our families, and we're asking the governor to sign this bill because we need it. And with that, we're open to take any questions.
Rich has more capital with it. So the bill got sent to suspense, is that correct?
Yes.
And when's that start? You know?
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Okay. Presuming it gets out of suspense, there's still been a lot of opposition to this from the ACLU, from the folks from Prop 103. You know, is there any kind of ongoing discussion with anything that would give the bill a better chance of getting to the governor?
Yes, we're still in open communication with all the stakeholders. My door is always open because we want to make sure that this bill is tight and that we can move it forward. We're still also talking with the insurance commissioner's office.
They're also not in support of this so far.
Except for unless we take amendments. They gave us maybe pages and pages of amendments. So we're working with them, and we believe we are about 80% there, and we're still talking with them as well because we know that we want them on board. We want to make sure we bring in all the stakeholders so we can have a good solid bill for the governor to sign.
I know he doesn't generally comment, I'm sorry if I'm hogging all these, but he doesn't generally comment on active legislation, but do you have any sense of where he stands on this?
Not just yet.
McKinnor, you said you're about 80% there. What are some of the things that may be sticking out that you guys haven't got to the 100% margin with the opposition?
Not quite ready to talk about that yet, but as we move forward, I'll make sure that you guys know what's going on. As we start to take amendments, I'll make sure to let you guys know what's happening.
You need a 2/3 vote to pass this off the floor, and can you really rally lawmakers in these last few weeks for this kind of push?
I think so because it passed both privacy and insurance, and that's a lot of senators right there. And so I believe that we could, with the help of this big coalition here, I think that we can go forward and talk to the members. And I think that they'll be welcoming to this legislation because slowing down our traffic and slowing down drivers is extremely important. We've had a lot of fatalities in California, and I think that this is the chance for the legislature to try and help with this.
And are you expecting to face lawsuits if this bill does become law, and how are you hoping to defend against them?
I don't think we're gonna face any lawsuits. I think everybody's gonna be very extremely happy with this.
Okay. What we have an insurance commissioner's race coming up, of course, two very different candidates. Have you got a sense from either of them where they might stand on this, presuming maybe that the bill doesn't either get signed by this governor, and I presume you would try to bring it back
Absolutely.
in session. Do you have any sense of where they might stand on this?
I have not. That's a good idea. I probably should talk to them. seeing no more questions, thank you guys so much for coming and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.